Welcome to another installment of This Is Not Normal on the Political Drain podcast with Drill Sergeant Doug, aka Admin Doug, a U.S. Army veteran, teacher, musician, and family man from Jamaica, now fights for justice and democracy through commentary and humor. Follow him on YouTube at Political Drain and at Sons of Liberty Official as Drill Sergeant, aka Admin Doug, continues to protect our freedoms.
Don't be an idiot. It's going to get pretty bad around the world thanks to this guy. I guarantee you, when he dangles that power in front of them again, they will salivate and forget the price of milk and gas and bite it. Guaranteed. What's up, YouTube? Drill Sergeant here. And yeah, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough out there.
We're going to get the latest now on how the war is costing us at the pump as it drives up the price of oil. Elizabeth Schulze is at a gas station in Potomac, Maryland for us. Good morning, Elizabeth.
Good morning, Rebecca. Gas at this station here in Maryland quickly approaching $4 a gallon, and that is becoming the norm across the country. The national average this morning, $3.93. That is up now almost a full dollar in 3 weeks since the war began. The record average high was $5 back in 2022, so we're not there yet. But Gas Buddy says this has now been the fastest 3-week spike in gas ever, meaning that prices are rising at a record-setting pace. In total, Americans are now paying $500 million extra in gas and diesel every day compared to the start of the war. We are also seeing big price hikes for other exports that typically move through the Strait of Hormuz. In Europe, natural gas is up 92% since the war started, so that means higher home heating costs, higher cooking costs there. By one estimate, fertilizer is up around 35%, and diesel has soared 36%, so that combination means that costs are skyrocketing for farmers here just weeks ahead of the spring planting season. Plus, grocers are paying a lot more to transport their food. Economists say that could translate into higher prices at the grocery aisle in the next couple of weeks.
That's just the beginning of it. See, I went to work and tried to fill up my tank in the cheapest parts, like where I know the gas is cheaper. But on the way home, there was like 10 car crashes. So I was stuck in traffic as that thing went down like this. And I saw my life flash before my eyes, YouTube. Gone. It's getting serious out there. But there's another thing, though. You see, this meme that's been going around, it's really the reporting of some guy talking to the lady at the gas station. You know what it is. It's hilarious. She does call herself stupid. But as usual, there's nuance missed. I've only seen what you're about to see now. Watch this.
If you could say something to President Trump and he was going to hear you right now, what would it be?
You are a worthless pile of
And you voted for him how many times?
3 times. That was my bad. Apparently, I'm an idiot.
Yes. Number one, you are an idiot. Yeah, you're an idiot. But I'm wondering if the way she said that wasn't more like when somebody says to you, fine, I'm sorry. She doesn't believe that. You realize that, right, YouTube? Because everybody who I'm watching talk about this has been telling me that MAGA is finally turning the corner. Finally, it hit them hard. And you know what? I understand the sentiment. I know that narrative feels good. It gets clicks too. I've noticed that. Mine have gone down since I've stopped doing certain things that I know people like, and I'm going to start doing them again because daddy's got to pay the bills out here. But the same person, that same person who feels that way, it belongs to a group of people who do this.
I do not forgive these people. I hate these people, and I hope the worst for these people. Because after being detained by ICE, spending all that time in the ICE detention center, she comes out and she says, I still support President Trump.
Well, now to a story you'll see only on CBS LA. An emotional return home 6 months after we first brought you the story of a Diamond Bar mother and Trump supporter detained by ICE. Our Luz Delia Caballero spoke with her about why she's still afraid.
Processing center.
I was there for 187 days, to be exact, 6 months and 7 days.
She asked us not to show her face, not out of shame, but out of fear. Fear that even now, her safety isn't guaranteed.
That's why I don't want to be on TV. We've gotten threats, hate mail from the right, from the left.
We first spoke with Masihi while she was in Adelanto.
In the beginning, I was very scared and terrified. I was very emotional, but I never lost hope, and that's because of my husband and the system. The system knows what it's doing.
Masihi was born in Iran, but came to the U.S. when she was 3 years old.
This is all I know. This is my American dream, to be home on my American soil.
Adding about 15 years ago, her green card was revoked over a conviction related related to theft. Masihi says she has upcoming court dates to get that conviction vacated.
And I know I was wrong. That's why I surrendered myself to my ICE agent.
And despite national attention and political debate surrounding her case, Masihi says this journey was never about politics. For her, it was about making it back home to her family.
It wasn't a walk in the park, and I'm functioning as a mother, as a business owner, and as a patriot.
Adding even though she was detained,
everybody's gonna have their own opinion. I still support the President of the United States.
Yeah. Spank him, beat him, kick him, punch him. There is a level of degeneracy in the mind of a conservative that will overlook it if they think they're better than somebody, if there's anybody left to be better than. And this woman is poor enough to where the gas price is now hurting her. And so, yeah, she's going to say that. But I'm not sure that was a I really think I'm an idiot type of response. I think it was anger, but also a little bit of defiance. Yeah, it turns out I'm the idiot. I thought it was going to be you the whole time, is what it sounded like. But before you put all your eggs in the basket of this ideal, MAGA turning around, MAGA feeling the pinch and coming right back around and realizing that they did the wrong thing. In case that was the message you got from others while watching this, you need to watch the whole thing. They only show that clip. Here's the rest of it.
If you could say something to President Trump and he was going to hear you right now, what would it be?
You are a worthless pile of
And you voted for him how many times?
3 times. That was my bad. Apparently, I'm an idiot.
What do you think about the decision to strike Iran?
It was a great decision. I think somebody else should have done it a couple of years ago, the last 3 other presidents.
Are you willing to pay higher prices at the pump if that's the cost?
Yeah, I'm willing to pay a little more, yeah.
Why do you think gas prices going up?
War. That's all I know.
Are you pleased with us being in Iran?
Not really. No, there should be no war. No. What do you do?
What do you think about President Trump? How's he doing?
No comment.
Did you vote?
Too good. I did vote for him.
Have you noticed gas prices going up lately?
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Does that affect you at all?
Definitely. Absolutely. My husband, he drives diesel, so that's like $2 more.
What do you think about the U.S. decision to go into Iran?
I think we got to do what we got to do to keep this country safe. So, and if it means paying a little bit more in gas right now to keep everybody safe, then that's what we got to do.
Yeah. The one guy there. Now, he's interesting. The guy who just couldn't say how much he didn't like Trump anymore. That's a lot more like it. You see, somebody like the first woman is defiantly angry at herself. And there's no one else to lash out at. Until there is. I know the type. I seen it. That's a Karen waiting to burst. But this guy is embarrassed. He may be a little more likely to do something. That's how it looks when you actually feel like an idiot. You're embarrassed about it. He's a little more likely, but he's also more or less a good representative of what they're feeling like. Not only is he embarrassed, but he doesn't want to say it too loudly. Oh, you don't want to know. Oh, I can't talk about it. Oh, I just want to hide my face. More than likely, all of the people who are not having that visceral first lady's reaction, waiting to Karen out at the first moment, or the crying woman waiting to get patted on the back with empathy from black women who accept her into the club. More than likely, this cycle of embarrassment, of feeling stupid, feeling played, is the reason why they voted for him in the first place, because they're stupid. And when you listen to all of the excuses that you had, the eggs and he's gonna help save the country and the wall, it all sounded stupid to anybody who wasn't stupid. But to the rest of you, not you, but to the rest of them, that feeling is what Trump gave them a lift out of. Man, if I follow him, I will never have to feel stupid again. I have a right to just say anything I want. Watch me troll. Watch me laugh. You know what? You're bringing up all these great points, Drill Sergeant, but the truth is, you're just brainwashed by the left. You're a lefty brainwash, nanny, boo-boo. And you get back to that state, that playground state, that state when being stupid actually got you somewhere. And then you became an adult and realized that reading, comprehending, mathematics, science, relationships, besides the barn, matter. You didn't want to vote, but for the first time in your life, you felt strong, right. Even when you're wrong, you're right. And because you're poor enough, you poor, embarrassed, stupid man, doesn't mean you have to stay that way. You can always change. I'm glad that you don't like him now because you're poor enough. But that brings me to the other two. Yeah. You see, the guy who's looks like he's pretty much retired, and the gas prices are probably going to hurt him a little bit, but he's not driving much anymore. He's got his routine. He's got his nest egg or maybe a retirement. He's got his cigarettes. He's got his TV. He's good. Yeah, he's good with the higher prices. He's willing to deal with it. I just wish we'd get up out of there soon. And then the last person, $2 more per gallon of diesel for her husband. But I got a nice jacket. I'm well put together. I'm on my way to work, and she's doing okay. She can eat a little bit more, and she'll be voting. She's willing to pay a little bit higher cost to help America just get through this. 2 years ago, she would have told you that the high costs and the this and the that were the reason why she couldn't vote for Kamala. That things were going crazy, even though it was a lower unemployment rate. The jobs are wild. Even though everything was cheaper, these high costs, I can't take it. We're forgotten about. They forgot about me. She's going to be voting. And all of that other stuff. And I told this to Big Sarge during a live at the Sons of Liberty live show. He said, you know what? They are being forgotten. There are rural Americans who are being forgotten and not taken care of, and they feel left out, and they vote for Trump. Yeah. Until Trump forgets them and leaves them out, and they vote for him anyway. Because the truth of the matter is, there's no poorer people than black people, and 92% of the women found a way to vote the right way, even in that wild economy. And 80% of the men, 82% as it turns out, found a way to vote the right way. But 56% of white women, and an ungodly number of white men and Latinos, fucking gross, they found a way. Yeah, they found a way to overlook it now. And if you're poor enough to where it hurts you, you're going to say what you got to say. But I guarantee you, if you voted for him 3 times, you'll do it again. And for the person who is not hurting that much, they're all of a sudden willing to just pay a little bit more for the good of the country. And the sooner we Democrats, progressives, liberals realize this and stop trying to find a needle in a haystack and pander to fucking stupid people and Karens and almost dead couch potatoes and wives with a little bit more money, and see themselves as better than and more important and deserving. That's why they vote that way, even when they convinced themselves it was the price of milk. I promise you, do not let these other channels tell you they're turning a new leaf and this is going to make it what happened. They may vote him out. Who knows? It may be just that bad like the pandemic was. But they will still be there, and they will still be looking to get on top again when the next demagogue comes around. We've got to change the system. And yeah, she's an idiot, and I laughed too. But the nuance is in every other person that they didn't show. I don't know why they won't show this whole thing, the whole thing, because that gives a real perspective of where we are. It's going to be tough out there, people. The gas price is going to go up, and there will be people who will tell you that they hate Trump, that they voted for him, but they can't believe this happened. And you know what? You know the classic Republican because it affected them. But don't think that they're changed because of it. You can use it. Use it quickly, wisely, now. Jump on it. Impeach him. Get a coalition together. But don't think they're friends. Don't be an idiot. The time to fight is now. Use this moment wisely. And the ones to come, because it's going to get bad. It's going to get pretty bad around the world. Thanks to this guy. I guarantee you, when he dangles that power in front of them again, they will salivate and forget the price of milk and gas and bite it. Guaranteed.
Hey, yeah, you. Before you click away to watch someone unbox a tactical toothbrush, let's talk about something real. Political Drain isn't just another content mill. We're a digital front in a very real war. Not with bullets, but with ideas, with action, and with solidarity. We pair urgent news with critical education. And we build community around actual resistance, not the hashtag kind. The kind that moves. But here's the thing. None of this is free. It isn't. Behind every video is time, labor, research, and some weird guy asking if we're going to pay the hosting bill. And yeah, some of that money goes to things we can't necessarily say out loud. If you know, you know. Let's just say our special ops aren't Call of Duty LARPers. They're people making real moves to protect, uplift, and organize. You're not just funding a channel. You're funding a resistance network in a world where capital still calls the shots. Unfortunately, in a system built on artificial scarcity, even mutual aid has a price tag. And if we want to grow, if we want to win, we need your help. We need your help. So if you've got even a few bucks to spare, toss it our way. It's not for ads. It's not for merch drops, but for people making moves in the shadows so others can do it in the light. It's just us and you. So fund the mission, fund the fight, fund the future, because nobody's coming to save us. We save each other. That's how this works.
That was the Political Drain podcast, which can be heard on www.groovechillradio.com/political-drain and can be viewed on the Political Drain YouTube channel anytime. Once again, thank you for listening to Groove Chill as we resist fascism in any form, pursue democracy, peace, and love.